Hey, talkers. Welcome to the episode of Check Your Facts with Q Talks. And today, I'm going to start all over again.
Good.
Hey, talkers. Welcome to Check the Facts with Q Talks, where we talk about style, influence, and voices shaping our communities. Today's conversation is a little different, but absolutely necessary. I am joined by Tina Dawn. She is a registered nurse, a certified self-defense instructor, and co-founder of the Life Force Self-Defense. Now, through her work, Tina is helping women feel way more confident, capable, and in control of their safety. So, Tina, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Q. So good to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm
Really
so
appreciate
excited
it.
to have you.
Yay! I can't
The
wait to
last
hear
time-
I can't wait to hear what you want to ask. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the last time we spoke, you were talking about being able to kick guys multiple ways in the ball. So that definitely stuck with
Okay.
me, and
Mental
I'm just
notes.
like,
Yes.
yeah, I want to learn that.
Totally. It never.
So
let me.
let's
By the way,
start.
it never gets old doing it. Like 50 different ways. It never. It's just always.
Yeah,
Why is it so fun? I don't know.
because they squirm, and that's like their most tender spot in the world. Instantly, that's like a self-destruct button. Instantly.
Totally.
So let's start real quick.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit what led you to self-defense and helping women this way.
Sure. So I had an experience of my own. I was stalked by a guy about 20 years ago, and he wound up being a murderer and murdering another woman right down on the same street as me. Yeah.
1 second.
Go ahead. So cute.
Let's get this recording. She's about to be my little co-star.
Good. That would be amazing.
We'll put her over here. Okay, so a guy was stalking you and ended up being a murderer and ended up
Correct.
murdering.
Yeah, unfortunately. And
Well,
I was
gonna say, what made him want to stalk you? Were you guys in a relationship? Was he just a random?
I met him. If you're from the county, he struck up a conversation with me at Rockland Lake, someplace that I go all the time.
All the time.
You talk to people, you see the same people there all the time. You don't know. Yes. And I tell you, if you were to have seen him, he was probably weighs less than me, very kind of pin that association on. Yeah. Crazy. Just crazy.
Okay. Now that's so. How did you find out that? And was she? So they murdered someone close to you. I'm confused with the correlation from.
Basically, I don't know how he started to target. I'm convinced the only reason it wasn't me is because he had better access to her because they lived in the same complex. And so that's basically it. I mean.
That to me is wow. Okay, well that's a great story. So how did you get into it? One day
I was just lucky. Yeah, well, and then I found out about it, and then I found out because a detective knocked on my door, and I hadn't put the story. I had heard the story of the poor young woman, and I didn't put it together. And then once I realized the connection, I just started shaking, and I was like. And it really shook me to my core because besides the obvious, I was like, when I was like, how could I not have known? Right. How could I have not have spotted that? Even though I had very little, a few times, very limited contact with them. But if I can't trust my gut to tell me that, wow, something's off, then what chance do I have in life?
Well, like you said, he was small and you wouldn't expect him to be.
And I didn't have a lot, with time, so cut to, I wandered, this was like one of those weird meant to be things. I wandered into a class at my gym in Nanuet and I didn't even, and it was a self-defense class. It was taught by a man named John Perkins who was teaching, like people 50 years, 50. And it was like he's he became one of my best friends ever. And he basically, and when I said this to him, I was like, well, how could I have not known? He said, Tina, you don't understand. Like, he was a cop in Yonkers, like, he was like, you don't understand, the real good ones, you can't, they switch they flip a switch, and they're really good at seeming the opposite until they're not. You know what I mean? He's like, so you can't second guess yourself like that. Some guys are just like that, the real psychos, unfortunately.
That is just okay. So you took the class. Now I'm doing your story timeline. You had the stalker, turned out to be a murder, took the class, and then you were like, "Oh, I can teach this class." How did it get
so first of all, this was like 20 years ago. Okay, so yeah,
first 20 years ago, you look good, girl.
Thanks, I appreciate that, because I just had a birthday. So and so basically, I was in this class. It was full of men. There was one woman in the class, and her name was Janine. And she was from the Bronx, long dark hair, long red fingernails. And she was like, no, come here. And she took me in and made me feel comfortable, and
wow.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for her, I may have left. And, thank God I didn't, because it completely changed.
Hold on, your audio went out. Oh,
I had to stop recording because there was a change. Oh, my thing just came up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you said she took you in, long red nails, and she changed your life, and you were like,
and I just fell in love with the training, because it was something, I like being physical, but it was something that had a purpose behind it. It wasn't just, mindless reps over and over. It was, it was exciting, and it was real. Like, I'm a nurse. We're a practical breed. We want to know, don't give me any fluff. I want to know what's going on for real. And that's what I found. And that's what I found with John. That was his specialty. So yeah. So
that's amazing.
I'm so lucky, honestly.
Yeah, you are. Okay,
yeah.
So with you taking this class in your gym, you say it's not about strength or it's not about being athletic, it's all about being strong, I'm assuming. So how is it that it's not athleticism, especially with it being in a gym course?
Yes. Well, it's something that you are moving, you are doing things like functional movement. And I'm so glad you're asking me this, because this is one of the things that I really want to get out of my head into the world, which is that most people, when they think of self-defense, right, they think about, what do they think about? The Van Damme, I mean, if you're from my generation, the Van Damme movies, like the martial arts, or J-Lo with Enough, the boxing, right?
The boxing and
This is Hollywood self-defense. Just like so many things that we realize is not correct, and that it's in the movies, this is Hollywood self-defense, because, and I'll give you an example in a moment, because every person, every human has been born with natural survival instincts. Okay.
Yes, I've heard that.
What most people think about with self-defense is sport, because that's what we see in the movie. That's what looks good. That's what, you know what I mean? The punching, the this and that. So let's just say, one of the first things you want to know is that you should never use your fist in self-defense. Ever. Okay. It's like tertiary. Yes. Yeah. Why? Yes, exactly. Okay. Why? Now, fists are for sports, and they are for sparring. They are for the things you think about. Okay.
Okay.
Open hands are for self-defense. Why? Why? Well, let's take a look at, God forbid I have to fight for my life against some guy who's going to be stronger than me. Everybody's bigger and stronger, right? What are my target areas? Okay. My target areas are the eyes, the throat, and the groin. Top three. Okay. Now, right. Tell every woman because we got to get out of the sports fighting method. This is not, women understand this. This is survival. This is like, I'm not going to be in a ring with a guy for minutes on end. This is 5 seconds or less at that point. Right? Everyone understands, like women understand, if anything happens, what would I do? It's only a few seconds. Yeah, you're right. So trying to punch a guy out with my little lady bones, my finger in 5 seconds or less. That's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane. So, but here's the thing. So we teach, the first things that we teach is an open hand palm heel strike, right? So what that is what, however hard I could possibly train and hit with a fist, I can hit and then some with the heel of my palm, and it's not going to hurt,
Oh.
right? It's a 2-for-1. So now I get the power of the punch in the palm of my hand. So it's right, not the actual palm, but the heel of the palm. And then now I have my fingers free to go into the eyes. This is a very natural movement that thank you for that. Thank you for that look. You're doing my heart so much good right now. Tell me that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Tell me that doesn't make sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Every woman should know that. Every
All right,
woman should know that, at the least. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
I want you to now you say something. Yes.
I was gonna say we just learned something without actually being in the gym, or palm
heel strike. Yes. Because, and you don't even have, this is natural. You ever poke yourself in the eye by accident? You can't function for a second. That's what we're looking for. We just want to disrupt whatever's happening just for long enough so we could get away. That's the goal. Not knocking some guy out, doing some fancy kick. That's not realistic.
Interesting. Yeah, Hollywood really got us messed up, because I'm over here like, I got to take boxing classes. I got to do this so I can.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. The stronger you are, the more in tune with your body that you are, all of that counts. But it's just really important that women don't mix it up as the same thing, because it's not.
Well, you just got my next question answered, where I was like, what are 2 or 3 things women can do to protect themselves? So this one is the first one.
The hands.
Do you have any other two?
Yeah.
Tell me any other two.
Well, I want to say about the groin shot is that it's really important to know that that's, of course, a great target. But if a guy's really on hyped up on adrenaline or on drugs, you could get a clean shot. He may not feel that at all. So really, really what you want to do is, which is what we do, is we want to program your natural movement, your natural human instincts, and to respond to the unexpected. Okay? So, for example, do you know when you get scared or something, or a car backfires, you hear a loud noise? What is your body, if you think about it, most,
you jump.
Most people, you jump, but you also oh my God, what's that? Something like that, right? So your shoulders are naturally coming up to protect your head. Your hands are always coming up, something's going to fall. Your hands are going up, right? That kind of thing. And your body sinks. Same thing with like an animal. You sink to the ground, right? What we do is we work off of that natural. I wish I could do it with one hand holding. But basically, we're training natural instincts into your body, so you get scared. Oh my God, what is that? And then if you need to, then you could go into a barrage. So we're going to teach you palm heel strikes, knees, really basic things that you can throw in a barrage within those 5 seconds or less. That's going to give you the best shot of disrupting, whatever is going on, and to get out of there.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
So we learned that we're up in the face, and now we're up.
What's you need a little. It doesn't take long. This is just new, right? No, you've never heard about this before, so it would take maybe a few classes for you, 1 class or 2 classes to get the idea, and then maybe 5 classes to get it into your body, believe it or not.
Now, do you have an acronym I'm bringing back to Hollywood movies where they're knee, groin,
oh my God,
from
Miss Congeniality, right?
Yeah.
I have to do a video about that. So here's the thing. I love that movie also, solar plexus. So here's the thing. If you train for a lot of years, you can learn a lot. You can learn how to use all different parts of your body against all different parts of a guy's body. There's it's really an art that you can take for a long way. But if you're like most women who do not want to study this for years and you want to know what has the biggest effect, eye stroke groin.
Eyes, throat, groin. That's
But
it.
however, you gotta have it. You gotta have it physical. It's one thing to know that, but if you've never done it, you need a little practice.
Yeah.
Although I would say the eyes, you can. I mean, that's how strong you got to be just to do that. Honestly, But yeah.
Well, okay. So the eyes, you do the palm, and then you gouge the eyes.
It's
so
at the same. It's kind of at the same time, right? So it's
at
like
the same time. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-for-1. So it's
I'm
like I'm
this is my
hitting.
face.
So I could be hitting here. I could be hitting here. Be hitting here.
Oh.
Everything's moving. We don't. It's not the guy just standing in front of you that you see and all the things. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know where it's coming from. So we gotta train your natural reflexes, your instincts, and that's yeah.
And then how do you get the throat now?
How do you get the throat? That's a great question. So the throat, you could do a couple different ways. It could be, I'm just going to do it on myself. It could be like this. It could be a chop. Okay. It's basically, so whereas a chop, so we teach basically 5 fundamental building blocks of movement that you can then apply to all different scenarios. Yeah. So the first one is the palm heel strikes. The second is chops. Chops, even though you don't think this is natural, throwing your arm out is natural. Doing this, and it doesn't take that long once you just get a feel for it. And then, you just got to practice a little. The knees is literally just bringing your knee up like you're walking upstairs. That's all you got. Even if you don't hit the groin, you could get his leg or whatever. And it's a barrage. Something. It's a barrage. You're just going off like a wild animal. And,
Oh my God. This is amazing because I literally just was able to help 3 women right now. So that makes me happy. Watch Q Talks. You're learning self-defense with Tina Dawn.
It's my favorite thing. Yeah.
Well, you went through a majority of with the real world scenario because majority of us, I'm seeing, honestly, I've always saw it being television where it's okay, you got to be athletic. You have to be strong. It has to be coordinated. There's a whole thing that has to happen. But anything, I like how you said it. Anything can happen. Someone could be on drugs and not feel anything. So, and you just do it like a wildcat.
Yes. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your boot camp. Because I know you offer boot camp. So tell us a little bit about that. So, because I'm interested.
Oh, amazing. So my teacher, I was just thinking about this, and I was like, I remember, all these years I've been training, and it's been almost all men, obviously, right? And I remember talking to John, and I asked him, how do we make this something where women want to actually come and do this, right? It's always, and I said, not something that's scary because women are scared. They think they got to be fit. How do we get this out so it's doable? They want to do it, and but it's real, what's the minimum amount of time that we would need to really get this into somebody? Okay, he's been doing this 50 years all over the world, and he said 5 weeks. I'm gonna get emotional. And he said, he was like, if you do it right, you can change the way someone responds on a deep level with 5 focused classes. That's the minimum. He said anything less than that. Now, don't get me wrong. You take one class, you learn something, you make different choices, you don't get yourself in a situation. That could be all you need for the rest of your life, right? But to really instill skills without having to spend years in a dojo, which, let's face it, almost no women are going to do. So how realistic is that?
Yeah.
So that's what he said.
Within a month.
It's because it's really focused. We're just it's getting into the way our nervous systems are designed. It's not memorizing, which is really what an outdated method of teaching self-defense that's mostly out there right now is memorizing specific sequences. If the guy does this, well, then you got to do X, Y, and Z. And this is all you're going to see, by the way, if you look up women's self-defense on social media for the most part. But what's the problem with that? Tell me.
What if they don't do any of it?
Hello! Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You now understand more about realistic self-defense than most people. Yeah. This is my mission because once you hear it, it just makes sense. But it's just not out there. So
it's not. And I know. I would have never. I thought it was okay, you got to learn routine A through Z. Like boxing, it's hit 1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
3. No,
Yeah.
because what happens? I'm a nurse, right? As a nurse, I know that under adrenaline, your wizard brain, your thinking brain shuts down. At that point, your adrenaline is moving. You are operating on instinct and muscle memory alone. And so to try to memorize anything, and like you said, first of all, you don't know what he's going to do it beforehand. How many techniques are you going to have to memorize? How much time are you going to have to spend memorizing all that? How are you going to pick this? How are you going to pick the right one in the moment when you're scared and it's like seconds on the line? This is the elephant in the room of self-defense. And I know that it's women that's going to change the paradigm and really get this out there, because we are the ones that understand we cannot play the same games as men. You
I
know?
no, not, we don't have the strength like them. We got
Yeah.
lower body strength. So
Yes.
when do you hold your boot camps?
Okay, so the boot camps, it's going to be 5 weeks unlimited training, starting April 7th, in just a week and a half or something like that. So I have 3 locations, so you don't have to stop your life for it: White Plains, Sloatsburg, and Nyack. And so you can mix and match. You can come to all of them. You could come to once a week, and basically it's just instilling your body with real skills that you can then carry for the rest of your life. Your
Okay,
lives, your
and
life. Yeah.
all of
Yeah,
them.
all of them.
So it's at an actual gym. I missed it, or is it in a park? Where are you having them?
No, it's like, different spaces, like workout, like, one, Nyack is at the Helen Hayes Youth Theater. They do a lot of, it's like a
Mm,
dance studio they do there. White Plains is at a gym, and Sloatsburg
okay.
is at the back of a church, basically.
So
So,
where can they reach you to get more information on
so they
this?
can go onto my website, lifeforceselfdefense.com. And I'm actually, right after we get off this, I'm going to get online and put out a flash sale for 20% off. And this is really just to encourage, because this is really just to encourage women to take that first step. Just, and if not for yourself, do it for a woman that you love. You know, how many of us know a woman, either a young
Yeah.
girl or someone that we know kind of gets pushed around a little, or like goes along too nice, and all of the things, we're like, oh man, I'm worried about her. You know, she's probably not going to sign up for herself, but she will do it with you, or if you like nudge her, you know, and that's really what I'm looking for. Coming
Love that.
together, mothers, daughters, with your friends, doing it together. It's like if you sign up with 2, there's a discount, there's less, whatever it is. So yeah, so I just want to do whatever I can to make this easy, because I know women are scared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially in this day and age. Have you seen
totally.
what's going on in these streets? Well,
Yes,
you've
I
seen
have.
it.
Yes, I have. And this is something that every woman can do. And now's the time, man. Don't wait around. This is here.
Oh my
Honestly,
God, this
nobody
is
else is doing
amazing.
this. Yeah. And, yeah, that's
No,
it.
no one else is. I've
I don't
never
know
heard
why.
someone say, "Yeah, let's talk about self-defense," because we learned it from TikTok.
Right.
Everyone's like, "Yeah, I learned it from TikTok."
Yeah, great. That's great.
All right, let's pivot real quick just to
Okay.
get more of the fun aspect. Let's talk
Okay.
about fashion. So you
Okay.
said you're only in scrubs and workout clothes, which I
Mm-hmm.
assume is a lie because when you were at the Women's Day Summit, your outfit was amazing. You look great.
Oh,
So
thanks. You know, that was the outfit I bought to go to my brother's wedding.
you said that's the outfit that you up?
To go to my brother's wedding. Literally the only, like, one of the only nice things I have in my closet. I need you to dress me, basically, Q. Please help me.
Well, you're on the right track. So that means you know what you're doing. We just need to get more of those into
Okay,
your
okay,
closet.
okay. You're
Okay, so
hired.
your go-to is basically slacks and a cute top, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm little and I'm an hourglass shape. So a lot of things don't fit me. I know I'm 5 feet tall. So I just need to know what I should buy.
You got like the hourglass shape. If everybody on here is just rolling their eyes, I'm gonna let you know that right now, okay? And they're like, nothing fits me. I have an hourglass. You're like, wait, what? You have the ideal body that everyone is literally having BBLs and surgery for.
My butt is
So
finally
I
in
roll
fashion. I'm still not used to this. My butt is finally in fashion. I'm still not used to it.
like
Oh my
what?
God.
I
I
would
can't.
enjoy shopping. I'm 5'3". I have an hourglass shape. We have the best shape to shop for. Okay,
I'm just,
so
I'm just a, I'm My mother used to say I should go. Remember that show, What Not to Wear?
Ah, my favorite show. Used to be
Yes,
my
love
favorite
that.
show.
Love that show. My mom's like, I'm going to nominate you for that because you dress like a 12-year-old boy. That's what she said.
Well, she didn't know you were going to be in self-defense. That's what it is. And look at us now, right?
Yeah.
Um, no, we're definitely going to have fun. The hourglass, you could definitely slim up your tops and keep the bottoms big. It definitely accentuates your waistline. That is
Okay.
what we always want to play with, is our waistline.
Okay.
No matter
Okay.
what shape we are, everybody wants a slim waist, and you automatically got one, and you're complaining.
No. All right, I'll shut up. But
I'm
it's
telling
not
you,
like that, though.
people
It's not
don't
that
know
slim.
what they have.
It's not that slim. It's not slim. It's not.
It's slim enough. It's an hourglass, so it goes in and comes out.
All right. Okay. All
So
right.
we'll have fun with
This
that.
is helpful. Okay.
One
What
day
else?
we'll have like a shopping spree, or I'll do a
Okay.
whole entire series because everyone's been asking me to dress them. We'll do a whole series on how to be able to dress the hourglass.
Okay. Okay.
And that works. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I definitely want to say thank you so much, Tina.
Thank
This
you
was
so
an
much.
important conversation, and I'm happy that you
I'm so grateful to you.
I'm grateful to you. Like, you taught us something without even getting into the gym. I'm already gonna practice this on my husband, so
Oh my God.
I'm
Please do
definitely
not.
gonna do it. Eyes, throat, groin. Oh, he.
Husband, no. You know why? Actually, I'm going to say this seriously because a lot of times women will take a class and then they're like, "Whoa, I can't wait," and I'm like, no, you can't really do that because number one, you probably are going to need your husband's eyeballs at some point. Okay,
Yeah.
eyeballs or other balls, probably. But
One of them.
besides that, if you do this, you could actually hurt them. You're not going to want to hurt them. So it's going to turn into a wrestling match, which is not what we're talking about. Okay?
Okay.
Just FYI.
But they said practice makes perfect. So
Now,
I was
you got to practice against the pad first. We work up to the real life testicles. It's a process.
Do you have a dummy that you practice on?
We have dummies, we have pads, and then when you get a little bit like more controlled, then and it doesn't take that long. Then the guys, my team of men who've trained me for the last 20 years, we never work with pads because the whole idea is getting used to how to handle another person's body as it moves naturally. So that's where the most fun is actually. But anyway, yeah.
I could talk about this all day, as you can
too.
see. But now we got to end the show.
Okay, sorry.
I love this. So for anyone listening, confidence, awareness, and preparation goes a long way. So be sure to check the Facts with Q Talks, where we will continue highlighting voices like Tina that shapes our community, and this conversation 100% matters. So thank you so much, Tina, and we will talk again.
Okay, you know what? Can I just say one thing because I realize that everyone's going to get out. Awareness is the number one most thing. Number one most important thing is self-defense. I feel like women know that, but I still have to say it because if you never get into a situation, that's the goal. So, and with our technology now, it's one of the most important things you could do. When you're alone, stay off your phone.
Especially in New York City. That when you're alone, stay off your phone. That's a good one. You should put that on a shirt.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Q, you're the best. Thank you so much. Bye.